back to another episode of Day One. I'm your host, Chloe Cowens, and this show is where we go all the way back to the beginning with creatives, leaders, and entrepreneurs to unpack their journey. And today we have a very special guest, Shania Khan, who is an author of Rich Grandma Energy. She's a new app founder of xoxo, content creator, all those things. So thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to talk to you.
I'm excited to talk to you. Like, your life, you did a complete 180. And I feel like there's a banner over your life that's like, I'm going to do what I want and I don't care. And I'm going to benefit from that.
It changes your life.
Yes.
When you start doing whatever you want.
Yes. Yes. I'm in the midst. I'm in the midst of doing whatever I want. Good. So for those who don't know you, who is Shania Khan?
I am someone that stopped caring what others thought and started doing whatever I wanted. And my life changed. So I first am an entrepreneur. I came from corporate America, started my own marketing and PR agency. I'm an author, which I never thought I would be, but one day I decided to sit down and write a book. And then a year later, a book came out, which is so insane. And I am an app founder, and I really love tech. So let's see how deep I get into tech now. But that's who I am. It's just someone that just, I do whatever I feel like I want to do. I fail at it. I try again. And sometimes things stick and sometimes things don't. But I'm never hard on myself.
Yes. So the content that you put out, is that the things that you say, you're never hard on yourself, you do what you want, that's the type of content that you put out. What do you want people to take from that when they watch your videos?
I want it's mainly content for women because I am a woman and I can only speak to women. The content is that we need to rest more and stop hustling and grinding. I'm sick and tired of hustle culture. I am sick and tired of people telling me to push through it. I'm sick and tired of people telling me to have grit. All of that research was done on men. It was done at places like West Point and Ivy League schools and spelling bee competitors that were mostly male demographic. And we do not have the same nervous system. We need to relax. We need to rest. We need to get up when we feel like getting up and start working. And so my entire platform was and is to tell people, especially women, to stop hustling. And the more we rest, the more we create, because women, we are creators at the end of the day.
Yes, you are. And you decided to make a book as well. So is that same information? Why did you decide to put it in a book?
Well, people kept asking me to write a book, and I said no, because I don't know how to write a book. I am not an author. But I had so much content out already where I had a lot of viral episodes like the robe theory. There's the goodbye theory. There's a Cleopatra principle in here. And so I had all of these notes from all of the episodes I created. And I had numerous hundreds, not thousands of DMs from women, please write a book. And I sat on that for a year. And I came across another woman that's an author, and she said, Shania, gone are the days where you have to type word for word and write it on your typewriter. You send your notes to an editor, and then he or she makes sense of that, and then a book comes out of it. And I said, what? And she goes, you have 400 notes. Send them over. And so that's what I did, and this little book came out. It's 110 pages. It's an easy read.
So what did you learn about yourself after you wrote the book?
I learned that I can do the hard things, the things that I thought were impossible for me. I did them. And I also learned, here's a good one that I always compare it to. You know, when you think about cleaning out your closet, and you say, one day I'm going to clean out my closet because I know this task is going to take me days, weeks. And then you finally clean out your closet and it took you 2 hours. And then you're embarrassed at the fact that you sat there for years and didn't do it, right? And this is how I felt about the book. I didn't realize, it's not easy, but I didn't realize I already had the content to create the book. And if more people knew that, a lot of times the answers that are the little thing that's in your brain that's telling you to do something, a lot of people don't realize it's actually so easy because you have all the puzzle pieces already.
It's just you got to put it together.
You got to put it together, and that first step is what I think people don't want to do because they're afraid of failure or they think it's going to be too much. but even a house is built brick by brick. So
Yes.
yeah.
One thing that I loved about that you had in your book, it says, real power looks like a woman in a silk robe at 6 a.m. who's decided she deserves beauty for no reason other than what she wants. Who's decided her standards are non-negotiable, who's decided she's done explaining herself to people who weren't listening anyway, who's decided that her life is hers and she's going to build it exactly how she wants it, and everyone else can adjust or just leave.
Absolutely.
That mindset, it didn't happen overnight, did it?
No, it didn't. I was a people pleaser. I was an insecure person that would not speak up in rooms. I mean, this came from little tiny steps I took to better myself, and realizing that a lot of people that were around me that I forced to be in my life were not supposed to be there the whole time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was little steps. It was little no's here and there. It was little yeses here and there.
Yeah.
It was little steps. It doesn't come overnight, but when it does land, you will never be the same person again.
What was that first step that you took?
I started saying no. I would overcommit myself to many things. I would overcommit to lunches, dinners, brunches, coffee dates, networking meetings, all of it. And little by little, I realized how much they were draining me, and I had no creativity left, right?
Yeah.
And so the more I started resting and the more I started saying no, the content creation came online. I grew to almost 400,000 followers across 4 platforms in less than a year, just by sitting around and not doing everything that I was supposed to do and was told to do. And the more I said no, the more creativity and ideas came to me, and the better my life became.
What were the emotions? Because I feel like when you're saying no to things, then you're losing some. Like when you say no to relationships, friendships, saying no to decisions being made, you kind of lose those relationships. So did you feel like a sense of loneliness because you're just like, wow, that relationship is gone because I decided to be my true self and go in the lane that serves me and not someone else?
Yes, I lost friendships. I got a divorce. I lost weight, which is great, right? I did lose a lot. I quit corporate America. I started my own company, and the loneliness, it comes because when you clean out even your closet, you see those empty spaces and you feel this longing for things that you've had in your life. But that loneliness is a part of rebuilding. You have to clear out space to put in new things. So yeah, I mean, there's still that loneliness there. Building an app, it's been a year I've been doing it. Building an app is the loneliest thing you can do. I mean, you talk to other people that are not in your shoes and they have no idea what you're talking about half the time. Writing a book was lonely. Doing content creation is loneliness as well, as you're sitting there talking to yourself, asking yourself if this is a good idea, right? And then all of it's lonely, but you can only climb the mountain by yourself, essentially. There can be people with you along the journey, but you have to want it for yourself, and you have to know that some people might not come with you to the end, but whoever's there at the end wanted to be there, and you will make new friends along the way, and you will make new business
What were
partners.
you holding on to in the midst of that loneliness? Like, what thoughts were you holding on to get you through it?
I was, I was people pleasing for so long and saying yes so much. I actually enjoyed the downtime. When you're alone with your thoughts, a lot of thoughts come rushing in, but it gave me space to process those things. It gave me space to understand why I was a people pleaser. It gives you space to talk to your inner child, or the child when you were 8 years old, and realize why you did a lot of those things. So I call it healing time. It was healing time for me. And the thoughts, there's lots of thoughts that come in. I'm abandoning my friends. People are going to think I've changed. People are going to think I'm not the same person. Who does she think she is, right? Why is she always saying no to everything? Those thoughts will flood in, but the creation that comes out of it, all of the work that I have that I can show people now, what I've actually been doing, hiding for a year, it makes me very proud of myself.
So when you were in corporate America, so you said you were in corporate America and now you content you're a content creator. Two different worlds.
Yes.
So what was that switch in corporate America where you were like, this is not me. Like, I am faking to all of you guys. Like, what was that epiphany?
I was sitting in an office where the windows wouldn't open, and I'm a fresh air plant girl. Like, I will sit outside. I work outside most of the time by the pool in a garden. I am outside. And it was 6:30 and it was getting dark. And I realized that I had been doing this for months, sitting in an office with the windows don't open, miserable. And I was, making a lot of money. I was in the C-suite. I was vice president. And one day it was just like this. I was like, this, you can do this for 40 more years, or you can go do what you actually want to do. And so it's time to go. And I left and I went and I cried and I couldn't believe what I did, because in my family, in my culture, you don't quit corporate America.
Yeah.
You don't leave the benefits and the steady pay. And I started my marketing and PR agency, and within 6 months it took off. So
Wow.
because I had to make it. I had to make it take off. There was no safety net behind me, and it worked. So I decided to follow my dreams, and now I sit outside and I work. I sit by the pool, I work. I sit and have lunch whenever I want.
Yeah.
I have the freedom to be me, and that's all that mattered.
How have you seen that manifest in your life? Like the type of relationships that you have now, like does your skin glow more?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I have I have Steven in my life. Steven's great. He's so supportive. All my friends are these amazing women. I mean, I have doctor friends, lawyers, entrepreneurs, women in tech. These women are so amazing that I know that I wouldn't have drawn them into my life if I hadn't changed my life for what it is now. There's no faking, there's no insecurities. We're all supporting each other. And I would do this sooner if I would have known the freedom that comes with pursuing your happiness.
What do you want people to take from your life?
I want people to do it sooner. I want people, if you are at a place in your life where you are absolutely miserable, where you wake up with anxiety, you want to throw up. This was me. I had gained 30 pounds. I wanted to vomit every single morning. I didn't want to go to work. I dreaded my day and I dreaded going to sleep because I had to wake up again. And if you're feeling like that, number one, you need to stop and you need to recalibrate. You need to do breath work. You need to take more naps. You need to say no to more things, and you need to come into this cocoon of yourself.
Yeah.
And then you need to figure out what's really important. For me, I thought a lot of money was important. I thought a private jet was important. I thought a yacht was important. That's what I thought, because I'm from corporate America. And I realized the only thing I ever wanted was to sit outside and get some sunshine and sit by a pool and be able to work there too. And that is what I created for myself. So you have to really dig down and deep and say, what do I really, really, what makes me happy? What did 8-year-old Shania find really fun? And 8-year-old Shania loved running outside in the grass and jumping in lakes and being at the beach. Life cannot be a constant vacation, but you can make moments in your life where you have absolute freedom to do whatever you want. So I think going back inside yourself, start saying no to things, taking that quiet moment of rest and relaxation, and then letting those answers in the quiet come to you.
So you said it took you 6 months to change your life, basically.
6 months, yeah.
Did you put a time frame on it, or do you feel like you still would be doing this if it took longer? Like what if it took a year? What if it took 2 years?
I'm still changing my life. I didn't even know I could build an app, but apparently I can. So I built one, and it's launched. It's on the Apple Store. It's on Google Play. It's invite only right now, and we have people on wait lists. We have hundreds of people on the wait list waiting to get in, and I launched it 2 weeks ago. So I'm very proud of myself for doing all these things, and I'm a work in progress. There are still days I say yes to things I don't want to say yes to. There are still things that I do that I shouldn't be doing. There are still days I stayed up till 2:00 in the morning the other day working on my app. That is not rich grandma energy. But those are choices that I make and I decide to do because I'm in a moment of expansion. And when you're expanding, you're able to stay up a little later or wake up a little earlier because you're in an expansion phase. You want to create, you want to do things. But that'll never stop. And when I need rest or when I need to take a break, I do. I do my breath work. I go in my app. I do my meditations. I do what I need to do. So I don't think it ever, there's no time limit on expansion or growth. I gave myself 6 months. I actually have a program called Soft 60. That's what the app is based on. And Soft 60 is like the opposite of going hard. It is like eating with intention, drinking more water, not eating over the kitchen sink, sitting down and having a proper meal, dressing slowly, right? It's all of the things people tell you not to do.
Yeah.
So we slowed everyone down like a snail. And let me tell you, I have thousands of women that have told me that they've lost 30 pounds in 60 days. That is by doing less.
How does that make you feel?
I cry. First of all, don't even get me started. I cry all the time. I'm like a huge crier. But I get so many DMs from women, and I try to check every single one because I want to connect with everybody. It makes me cry. Like there's still somebody that messaged me the other day on TikTok, and she said, Shania, I lost another 10 pounds. Like I'm down 30 pounds, and your program has changed my entire life. One woman, she's like, I went in and I asked for the promotion.
Wow.
And I got it. And it just makes me cry because why do they have to listen to me? And they do, and it's working. And it just, I sit and I cry. And every single day I don't want to make content. I sit there and I go, no, I'm going to make content.
Because there are people who are looking on your page.
Even if it's one person.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's thousands of views and millions of followers. If one person texts me or message me that, I'm just like sobbing about it.
What's one of your most like craziest story that someone has DM'd you about?
Oh, well, some of them I'm like, ooh, I left my husband. I got a divorce. I moved to another country. I was like, ooh, okay, well, this is not medical advice, and I am not a therapist. But yeah, there's been 180 changes in 60 days on this program. Like it's called Soft 60 for that reason. And I have gotten the craziest DMs. Like I got a divorce. I moved to another country, and I'm like, oh. Wow.
Well, but that was what they had to do.
I mean, she lives by the ocean. She's so happy.
And I bet her life is way better than what it was before.
I mean, if you watch her content online, she is glowing.
So were you always this person and you lost yourself and now you're back to this person? Or did you feel like you just grew into who you are today?
I think we're all this person. I think we've always been her. I think that child that is inside of us, even when we're really young, I really remember memories when I was 8. Those are your building block memories anyways. But I was always her. I was always confident. I was always wanting to be outside, be in nature. I was always giving advice. I think in high school they voted me most likely to have a show or something, which I do. It's just online. But I was always this bold, dynamic person that was very creative. I would take the VCR apart and put it back together to see how the VCR. Guys, I don't know if you know what a VCR is.
I know
Please,
what a VCR
VHS
is.
tapes. No. I would take the VCR apart. I would take the TV apart. I would take computers apart and try to put them back together. Sometimes I wasn't very good at it.
But you tried.
But I tried, and I was very curious, and I like to finish things, and I like to assemble things, and I like to build things since I was very little. So you know what? It shows up when you're older.
Yeah.
And I feel like you come back to her, you come home, because you're wandering around lost.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's here and she's waiting. And one day I came home to myself. She's like, welcome back, you crazy lady.
Like, where you abandoned me. Like, where have you been?
I guess trying to prove myself to everyone but myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you happy with who you are now?
I am. It's actually so happy that I don't share how happy I am all the time because it's hard to explain because happiness looks different to different people. I always talk about rich grandma energy, and there are people online that are like, being rich isn't everything.
Yeah.
No, it's not, but richness is everything.
Richness is more than money.
Is here.
Yeah.
It's inside. It is how you treat yourself, is how others treat you. It is what you tolerate. Wealth it lives inside of you, right? I just told you I thought in corporate America I wanted all these material possessions.
Mm-hmm.
And when I worked in corporate, I bought the Chanel bags and the Hermes bracelets and, went and got the most expensive things.
But
And
that means nothing if you're empty inside.
no, because they sit in my closet and I look at them
Mm.
and I go, what possessed you to buy this bag that you never carry? Because
Yeah.
it's this big. And it's this Chanel bag that I saved up money for. And it is so large that it takes over half my body. And I still think about the point that society convinced me that I needed to go buy a bag to feel better about myself, which I didn't, because I don't even carry the bag anymore. It just sits
Wow.
there. Yeah.
Well, you have definitely mastered your life, and it's still growing, like you said, but definitely have mastered. I know you be living life freely. So to cap this off, we're gonna play a this or that game. Right?
I love this or that.
Okay.
Let's go.
So, are you more into the city life or the country life?
Ooh, I am into both. I like hybrid. I like Houston because you can drive an hour and just be in the country.
Mhm.
So both? Is that a good answer?
Yeah, but you have to choose.
Okay, if I had to choose one right now, city life, because I walk everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like hills or flats?
I love heels because I'm 5 feet tall.
Okay.
And, I can't see anything if I'm so low everywhere. So heels.
Yeah, I'm more of a hill person as well. But like I'm super big on being comfortable. So I'm a sucker for like kitten heels.
Those
But
are so cute.
yeah, and they're becoming more popular as well.
They are. You just have to wear a longer pant.
Mm-hmm.
As if they're just too kitteny and they're too, and then there's a way to
Yeah.
wear those heels. Figuring it out from your generation.
Yeah. Okay, for the music, R&B music or more of pop?
R&B. I love R&B. Oh my, I just told you about the VCR. I
Yeah.
grew up on R&B music. All of those raunchy lyrics that I didn't understand, I still love it.
Okay, well,
R&B music, candlelight, and some dinner. I'm sold.
extinct. Are you like more of a 90s, early 2000s, or do you like the R&B music from now?
I like a mixture. I just tell my Google to play R&B music, and she hooks it up with everything. It's a nice layered mixture of everything. There's some songs I listen to from the 90s. I don't think I should have been listening to those songs.
Ooh. I love 90s music as well. I feel like nothing beats it. Like, even if it may be a little bit,
Yeah.
nothing really beats.
Yeah. People were in
R&B.
love back then. Like real deep in love. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
yearners.
Huh?
Big yearners.
Yeah. When you listen to the songs with the women in it, you're like, wow, that's some really deep love there.
Yeah, very deep. And I feel like nobody had shame, even though I wasn't alive then. You guys seemed as though y'all
No.
didn't have any shame.
We loved fully. We wrote notes.
Mhm.
We used to send like, "Hey, love you. You're so cute." So, yeah, your generation, what Gen Z, more reserved, more, yeah.
It's people are afraid. It's in people, but they're afraid of being made fun of or like how other people would view them. I feel like everybody is a yearner, but it's a secret. They're secret with it.
That is
So-
because there's also something called controlling yourself now. So it is in you. I think that we do need to love more deeply still, though. We do. We need to express ourselves better. If you are in love with someone, I say love them 100% at all times. Let them know how much you love them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Seeing how you completely flipped your life around is like the most inspirational thing. And anybody, doesn't matter any gender, they will take
Any gender.
so much from your life. So thank you, Shania, so
Thank
much.
you.
Can you tell them where they can find you? Tell them about your app, where they can download the app, where they can buy the book.
Yes. So you can find me at I am Shania Khan. I think it'll be on the screen, right? At I am
Yes.
Shania Khan on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'm everywhere with that username. And then the book is available on Amazon. Woo! It was the #1 new release in
Yes,
women
great
in business.
book. Great book.
It's cute, you know. It's
Amazing
short read.
captions for Instagram posts.
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, you know what? What? I didn't even think of that. That's amazing. Yeah. And then my app is on the Apple Store and Google Play, and it is called Soft 60.
Soft 60. And you guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's going to be Chloe Cowens _ the same as for my Instagram. And I will see you guys on the next episode of Day 1.